I'm Phil.
And I'm Patty.
We're the Alexandres, and this is our story.
So, hello, APC family. Some of you may not know us. We have only just started coming started watching since October. We have two beautiful daughters, Maya, who is 7, almost 8 years old, and Ellie, who is 5, almost 6. And we are so excited for the day that we can be at church and meet you all. And we just want to let you guys know about how God's goodness has been with us throughout this whole time. In 2019, we felt that the Lord was giving us indication that there was going to be a lot of transition during this time. So we were already somewhat prepared in the idea that there was going to be a lot of change happening. We even had some friends that really confirmed to us that there was going to be quite a lot of transition in our lives for not just Phil and I, but also for our daughters. So in that time, we just really prayed and prepared ourselves and our hearts and our minds for something new. Little did we know that meant that we would be joining this family. And like I said before, we are so excited to be part of this family. We have been so engaged in the service and in Pastor's word and in the worship. And even our little girls get excited when they hear Pastor Tony speaking or when they hear the worship going on. So needless to say, we are very excited for the day that becomes a reality to come in person.
Yeah, so we've been, it's been about 6 months, starting our 6th month watching online, and since we haven't been able to really join. But to the transition. So 2019, like Patty was saying, everything started to be confirmed that something big was going to happen. And then obviously 2020 happening, Corona and everything. I got the unfortunate part where my company had to basically lay me off because there was no work anymore. So I was on CERB for a number of months there. And during this whole time, there was still, like, I could feel in the back of my head, God saying, like, there's still something that has to change. And finally, there was like a confirmed word that it was like, now's the time. And we had to leave a really, it was a good church. We loved our church. And for me, this is one of the things that when Pastor was talking about in the February message series about transition that was really difficult. When we have transition periods, and Pastor was talking about it, him and his fancy charts, and what ended up happening was that, we have the moment in time where it's time to transition, and then you have the stubbornness of whether or not you're going to take that step. And that was for me one of the hardest things, because I'm stubborn to a fault and loyal to a fault. So it was one of the hardest things for me to do. And at this time, again, I lost my job. I lost a lot, and it was tough. But through it all, I want to say God is faithful. And when I say that, for someone who doesn't quite understand, we somehow made it through the year, and we were able to save more money last year than we have ever saved in any other year. And that's without me working for 6 months. Patty was home with the girls, and so it was a one income household. And for some reason, we were able to save more than ever before. And I'm really confident in the fact that it was because of tithes and givings. It was because that over the past number of years, I've been as faithful as I can possibly to tithing, and that's to tithes and offerings. And to me, that was so core, and it just showed. This past couple months, we've been able to, I got a new job, doing something that I love to do, fixing machines and working on setting new things up. And that's something I do. My kids always laugh at me, calling me the fixer. I'm Mr. Fix-It. But yeah, we just wanted to say obviously hello family, new family, and God is faithful. Man, it was a really tough 2020, but through it all, we still saw how God provided. And it wasn't on us. It wasn't anything that I could do. It was simply that God made the way, God opened the doors. And it was, we just kept taking the steps. And sometimes when we don't know what to do, it's like, just take that next step. Just keep moving until God tells you to stop.
And we just want to give an encouraging word to you guys that, stay faithful, trust in God, because He really is going to carry you through when you don't expect it. Even when you do expect it, He pulls through. We thought that 2019 and 2020 was tough, but we really knew and trusted that God was going to carry us through that time, and He's going to carry you through from now, from the past, from the present. Like, look back at how good He has been in your past and how good He will continue to be in your future.
Yeah.